Okay. But as the first time to like for our cybersecurity, try to just a temporary hosting online. May in the on Tuesday section, that means today's we only have few students, so I let you have more flexibilities, and then maybe not off your taking in the live in time. So I would let you to watch it. So I just like keep going. So actually it's like the second part on Thursday. I will try to finish the lecture. So you don't have to attend on Thursday, but you can watch it. So I will go through more like the comments we are using and checking. So all this, I would like you to try and show all those results. And well, the last, just like pause, take a break, will be using IP config and the IP link, IP address to show all the connection. So later after you create a VM, maybe your AWS EC2, even your local host, I would like to let you to try to execute all this command line and then list all the information. Okay, and move on. I will keep going. So it's about the ping. So the ping will be using for test the network connectivities. So we are sending an echo request through the Internet Control Message Protocol, ICMA. Okay, so you see lots of short terms. I'm not requiring you to memorize it. But for practice, you need to know, okay, what's those protocols, and then we're sending to the specific host. So it's like the two response with the round trip time. So in milliseconds, so 1 millisecond will be 1/1000 seconds. Okay, so it's a millisecond. And we also provide with the time to live. It's a TTL of the ICMP request. For time to live TTL varies by the operation system. Depends on maybe if you're using the Windows, it will be 128, Linux up to 55, and the Mac will be 65. So everyone, when you ping, you see the TTL will be different. Okay, so I would like to let you to try. I will put the list, then you can when you make the screenshot and then show all this command. Okay, when you ping, then you will receive all those content. So always ping with the IP address. After you ping it, and then you show, okay, what's the byte sending of the data, and then from where, and then what's the ICMP. So you see ICMP with the sequence, and then what's the TTL. So this one will be like 55, and then how much time it takes. So it will give you the ping statistic. Okay. For different system, they will setting the preset the package going to set. Okay. Windows, and then for the Linux, you need to stop it by using Control-C. So that's what you need to remember. So in my previous recording, so you see I use the Control-C to stop the ping. If you don't stop it, it will keep sending a package. But for Windows, it will by default. So if you look at Windows, it will send the 4 requests by default or more than 10. And then with like, you can define how many requests sending, maybe T, and then you can start using Control-C. That's how it looks like. And also we have the another one, we call it trace route. Trace route, we can determine the path of the package taken to the destination. The trace route on the Linux system, and then the trace cert RT, and then also it's like it's just a sort of route, and then the trace path for the Chromebook. So if you are using different devices, then you can use based on what you're using, then you can use those commands to determine the path. And then you can use the ICMP time to live to exit the error message. So there is remember number of hops, but it's not really the actual time. Okay. And just be careful this one, and not always accurate, because like some network they will block the ICMP request, and some network deprioritize the ICMP request, and hopes that they're not responding so with the asterisk. So you will see this one. This one you may try and show. So you can see there are all the hopes right here. They go through, and some of them they just like of the address, they didn't show as like not responding. So it will show in this way. I would like you to try and to see. And here's one more example. Let's say if I'm using the trace route for the using google.com, then you see go more details like google.com with IP address, and then how many hops? 64 it max. For the byte package, it shows up, and then start with beginning and where it goes to like the IP address, and then the time. So here's a reference time, and then later with no response, like start from the 12 to 17, then with like no response, and then the later 18. So it will be like this. And here's the all the information. Then you can try, and then we have the try the route in here Windows, and then you list all the hops to between the source and destination is how the Windows shows. They have different format style, but you see pretty similar. So it's the showing sequence time maximum, and then what's the between of the hops between. Okay. So and the next two keyword the command we're using called the NX lookup and also the dig. So it's like it's a query the DNS server. So I want to know what's the IP address of the host. So then we can use the NS lookup. Sometimes for the web developer, or like when we're working on the DNS, the name server, we want to check, okay, is it really updated to sometimes if you set multiple name server, different like let's say A records, AA record, triple A record like this, then maybe you need to check, okay, does it update to the latest IP address? Then you can use the NS lookup to check if those domain name are matching with the IP address. And then will be the domain information the grouper. So it will show more details. So about the domain name information, you hear the one I say a record, so it will be an address of the network, or sometimes we call the MX record if we need to setting for the mail exchange. So will be the MX record. Okay. So this one for the server, like then handle the inbound email. Also the NS record will be the name server. So that one will be the DNS responsible for this domain. Also the TXT, so will be a note for other networks to refer. Okay, maybe other purpose, so it depends on. And also we have SOA records. So it just like state some like authorities, maybe the primary authoritative, maybe the DNS server. So here we can search, okay, showing information. So here maybe if I search for the cyber.org, so NS lookup, so it's checking, okay, what's the address? So really simple. If we want to looking for more details, I say, okay, when we shows up for this query, what's that we responded, so what's the server, and then when, what time, size, and then what's the answer session. Okay, right here, the IP address. And here's where we have more like DNS information it provided to you. And also, if you want to like using any, let's say google.com, and then with any, then it will provide all the DNS information, including like the name server it providing, and then some like mail exchange certificate, authorization IPs. So all this. I say the any will be like maybe the we call the A right here representing the address of the network, and then also we have the other address of it, and the NS, MX, and also TXT. So you see like MX will be the mail exchange, and NS record will be the name server, and then TXT will be the some note, like some content using for the server. So we can more. Later I will give you the exercise. You just need to use all this command and then to list pick a website domain and then try to get all this information. And then when we have got the ARP, so ARP is the address resolution protocol. So this one is allow you to view or like modify the ARP table on the host. If we just type the ARP, it will view the host ARP table, and then they can format into column. And then you pass the parameter of the A, then you can just view the host with no columns. If the hyphen n dash n, it shows like some numeric address. So we do not resolve the host name. If we just like the pass the parameter like dash d with IP address, then we will remove the IP address from the ARP table. So we just then need to check. So just like depends on what you want to put. So you like ARP, so all the connected right here. So we're showing the host name, the address, and then what their MAC address. A with this no columns, so it just showing just like one single line text, and then with the other information, then you will see, and then next step, so it will monitor the network connection to from the host. So you just taking the first three letter command to get the network statistic. So we show all the host is listing on, and we can pass certain parameter to check all the active connection with the hyphen A or like AT, some active like TCP connection, or do not resolve the name dash n. So you can pass like next step, so you can see the network statistic, and then we later maybe you can try with all those like parameters. So right here, so all the connections at right here, they're connected, and some state they're not connected. Okay, you will see all the paths. So for cybersecurity later, maybe for the malware analysis, then or sometimes we will check. Depends on, and then we need to know what the service they're executing, what the thread or like what they're actively using. And later for the testing, we have got the TCP dump. Okay, TCP dump will be used for a package analysis, the Wireshark of the command line. Also, it can filter some like give abilities, only view the certain package type. Also, we can record the network traffic and write PCAP files. Very useful. So we can use it to fit it into another tool. So it's region. And then we can passing the order showing like using the TCP dump, then it shows okay what the IP address, and to another one what's the flag right here. So it shows all the package. And if you remember, we talked about the ICMP. So we are only checking if we want to know what's the ICMP package. So right here, so we're dump defined with ICMP. So it's showing all this like providing ICMP. And later we will also, I'll let you install the AMAT to checking. So it's the network mapper. We try to search for the host on the network and then scan the range of IP address and then the system detection. So what's the IP address? We need to search it and then scan some open port on host. So identify what are the surfaces available on the host, and then the fingerprint OS, what OS is behind the IP. So we know. Also, we'll get the NSE file, the NMAT scripting engine. Files allows more like specialized scans or help the filter complex queries. Also, you will have one exercise using the AMAC. So I'll show you how to AMAC. You need to install it and execute and try to get the result. Okay. We can use the AMAC and then check all the port. So scan all the ports from the local IP and result. Okay. So that's what we need to do. I will keep it for the next class exercise so we can search, and then we have different. I mean, this one is like for the Apple, because you see some maybe on the Windows, and then this one if I try to scan the using AMAT to checking Windows, and then you see all the ports that opens, what service they are not open for those ports. So that's what you can use. And after you create the AWS EC2, also you can use the AMAT to search like what are the ports you open. So maybe you open for the TCP SSH 22 and then open HTTP, then will be port 20. If you are close, the HTTPS is not yet open with 443. So all this will be the information. So but everything we will test after you create the AWS EC2, okay, or Netscape. Oh, you can see. So it will Netscape will try to read and write directly to the network interface. So we try to open the port and communicate directly through the TCP or UDP package. And we have different tools we can use, actually, like just ANSI. So monitor port, transfer data, maybe some port scanning, and then some like telnet client. Okay. Quickly, so you can make a easy backdoor. So we can select a port to operate and just open the hotline service to remote connection. Okay. And then we can transfer the pen test through the netcache backdoor is an example. So right here, you see we're using the netcache and then with the parameter and then pass it through the rich port. So we connect to a public web server and request the HTML document. So it's look like this. When it comes out, it's a return. So here will be the HTML headers and then with the contents. So this all the text receiving, and then our application, let's say the Chrome, my Edge will translate this like HTTP, the content to visualize content. Okay. And ANSI will be like using the Windows, create the listing server on, let's say we have the port 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to store the incoming data in the data text file. So when the data arrive, and then user will send a message saying, oh, a file received. Okay, like this. This one it will be electric to practice too. And then the Linux host that connect to the server over the 1, 2, 3, 4 when they send the contact to the data text file. So they will see the message from the recipient saying file received. And then you can using Ctrl+C to close the connection. This one will be another lab practice. I would like to try, and then you need to make a screenshot. And I'll post it later, probably after you set up the EC2 or the VMs. So far quickly, personally in the lab real time, then I will let the student to do it, and I will help you to solve the problem. But because it's also as online, then I let you to read it, and later when I post it and then give you the assignment, then you can just go through and follow the command. And also you can find all these or example online, so easily. So it's supposed it's not that difficult. And if you need help or have any question to work on it, then you feel free to contact me and work on it. So far this is for this week recording for the class for cybersecurity. Thank you.